Hey, this is just a quick Learn with Lisa. A little different because you're seeing me face to face here. So I actually had to kind of fix my hair this morning. You know how they're selling these shammy thingies that you use on your stamps? And I'm going to show you in a minute how this works, but you can go and buy a whole chamois. Now this is one that I've had for a long time. It was an as seen on TV. Actually, I think I got it at a garage sale. And then because it was open, my husband didn't want to use it on his car because he's got his show car. Anyway, because he was afraid, you know, there might be a lot of dirt and dust and everything on it. So I just put it in my room and forgot about it. And then I saw where they were doing all of those stamp thingies, and I wonder if this will work. Oh, upside down. I wonder if this would work. So I cut a good bit of it up and sent some to my girlfriend, Laurel. Hi, Laurel. And she used it extensively, loved it. Excuse me. She loved it and said it worked really well, and it lasted quite a long time, and you don't need much of it. So let me move the camera and I'll show you how it works. Alright, so here we are. Now, my girlfriend Laurel kept it in a crystal light container. Keeps it really damp for quite a long time. So I have adopted that from her. Thank you, Laurel. So I've got the different inks out so that we can see how well it works. So I'm just going to ink up and stamp. And there is some left on there. And oh my goodness, look at that. That is nice and clean. Nice and clean. Okay. That, yeah, nice. Okay. So, let's see. Just make sure it's dry. Now we're going to do some stays on. See how that works. Get this nice and... Now this is kind of a gray, cloudy sky. So it's not black. I don't have this in black. Okay, so there's that. And let's see how well. Oh yeah. There wasn't a whole lot left on the stamp. Let me try that with a darker. I do have a darker color. Let's try it with this one, just so you can see a little better. Oh yeah, we'll be able to see with this one much better. Okay, so there's definitely ink left on there. And let's see how it works on that. It is getting it off, but not without a cleaner, I think, on the stays on. This is Ultra Clear by Hero Arts. I love this for stamps. I don't use it all the time, but look at that. It gets that right off of there. And the chamois, you know, you don't want your chamois to be too wet. And it's like after a day or two it kind of dries out better than it is. I like to leave it out. The first day I wet it up, I leave it out, you know, for a couple hours before I stick it in here, because you don't want it super wet, because you do want it to be able to absorb some water. I'm trying to get the water out of, I guess it's spray on there. Okay, so there we go. Okay, so the stays on, it doesn't really work really well on the stays on. But let's try out the rest of these and see how it's, but you know, nothing really works very well without spraying it on the stays on, because that's the whole part behind stays on. Okay, so we've got the archival ink. This is the permanent waterproof, and this one usually is pretty hard to get off as well. With a little bit of work here, we are getting it somewhat clean. But again, I think with the archival, if you want to get it clean, it is getting some stuff off. It didn't do that. It did these two. You're still going to have to spray it. So I'm only spraying it because I want to make sure I've got it clean for the next one so we can tell what we're doing. So let's get this off of here. But even with the other chamois, they're not going to get the, you know, I don't think they have some secret magic thing that works on these other inks. But definitely for dye inks and regular stuff like that, just... Okay, there's the VersaFine. Got a little dry spot up here. That's the other thing, is you lay it down on your work, you're good. It's going to be wet. Oh, see, and it works pretty well on that. You know, you got to get it right after you... But it's pulling some ink off of there, but... Again, anytime you're cleaning stamps, it's going to be better to spray something on them. But definitely with dye inks, you're good to go. This is a permanent pigment ink, okay? So it's notoriously harder to clean off. This is a waterproof ink, notoriously hard to clean off. Stays on, notoriously hard to clean off. But this works really well, especially on just your regular dye inks. And it's like the same price that you get one of these, you're going to get 20 of these. So then you just fold it back up, slide it into your thing, and it's ready to go. You don't have to worry about baby wipes and stuff. You can have one for cleanup and one for stamps, or however you want to do it, because they stay nice and damp for days and days and days. It stays damp in this thing. So anyway, because I know some people don't like to do the baby wipes because they're not biodegradable. They're not good for the environment. So anyway, that's it. Just a quickie today, guys. See you later. Bye.